Previously on the Perfect Match podcast.
That made me cry.
I ain't never made you
I'm
cry.
too gangster for that.
Okay.
I'm from Atlanta, baby.
Okay, wait, hold on.
And you know, you was in a pretty emotional state.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? It's Carolina Cass here.
And it's your girl, Jarni, and welcome back to another edition of the Perfect Match podcast.
Perfect match. We got it. Let's go. Yo, so if y'all have been watching the last couple episodes with us, we ask you to kindly like, comment, subscribe, all of the things that you would normally do to any YouTube video that you like and love. Do it to ours. We appreciate it. We appreciate our following growing. We appreciate the 3 subscribers that we got right now. Big hand claps to y'all. Hey, and we appreciate the 100 viewers that we had on our last podcast video. Hey, it's not the numbers that matter. It's the fact that people are in attendance and watching our videos. Somebody once said, if you look at a video that you post, like a room that people are actually sitting in, having 100 people's attention inside of one room is actually amazing. That you can host 100 people and keep their attention throughout an hour and a half. That's a pretty astounding accomplishment, and we're proud of ourselves. We're just getting started, and hope y'all loving what we're doing. Yeah. So in real time, like we're actually like having like an experience. We're learning some things about each other. Nisha is discovering some things about herself. So am I. Like I'm actually going through a phase, and this is going into marriage as well, because in marriage every day isn't going to be sunshine and rainbows. Tell you that right now. So don't expect it, don't look for it, because marriage is meant to draw you closer to holiness, not happiness. You ain't gonna, if you look getting in marriage to say, oh, I'm gonna be happy all the days of my life, it ain't gonna happen. Is meant to make you holy throughout the days of your life. So with that being said, like I'm growing and God is pruning within me some leadership and some bad habits that I have to cut off. I have to get rid of in order to become a better leader. And Nisha is going through some things right now that she is cutting off in order to become a better wife, mom, a better daughter to Christ. And that's pretty much where we at right now. So when it comes to choosing right and finding the right person, understand that when you get with your partner, you are the epitome of that word, a partner. And that's through all the things that y'all deal with and go through in life, the challenges, the good and the bad. And like I said, every day isn't going to be perfect. Every day isn't going to be what you may consider a good day. But the relationship between the two of you are meant to support and meant to help each other through the trials. So I'm gonna ask you a question, babe. Like you had a moment today where tears flew like down your face. Flew out. Tears flew out your face. And you know, you was in a pretty emotional state. You are still in a pretty emotional state. So having partnership with you, like I shared some words with you, and I'm sure like the words may helped a little bit, but you know you still there. So, but what is it like going through something and having somebody with you versus going through life and having somebody like be doing it alone? What's the difference? And this is coming from a single mom who had life experiences and nobody really around as a husband, or yeah, in certain moments, you know.
Yeah, so going through the lives, the things of like being a single mom, that's like an everyday thing. So that's not very, it's frustrating. It can be hard taxing, or it can be like, I don't know, what's the word? but I feel like,
burdensome, maybe.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a thing that you have to do every day. So
Mhm.
it's not like something that I consciously thought about every single day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would have my moments where I would cry, but I feel like what I'm going through now is a little bit different because it's a lot more spiritual.
Yeah.
And so I can't say that, like, I don't know the difference because I wasn't in Christ when I was a single mom or before I was like married to you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, before we got married, obviously, so like before we got married, before I even met you, I was in Christ, and then I was like scared to like come into Christ because I was like scared of spiritual warfare.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just
I
different.
think that's relatable too. I think it's a lot of people on the other side of the camera that can
Mhm.
relate to being afraid of a spiritual warfare after giving your life to Christ.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like glorify and be like, "Oh, I want to get closer to God. I want to get closer to God." But then, like, this walk is not always cute or
Mm-hmm.
not always something that is bearable.
Yeah.
And it's like, honestly, we tell people to come to Christ all the time, but
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't know what to tell a newbie in Christ who's dealing with what I'm dealing with because I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how to even deal with it
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah. So I do. I know what to tell them. So the thing about your Christ walk, right? When you give your life to Christ, again, it's the same as when you get married. You get married, and then on the other side, you expect for sunshine and rainbows always and forever. When you give your life to Christ, you're going to start undergoing some changes. God is going to change you from the inside out. Matter of fact, you might start feeling that pull and that change before you even give your life to Christ. But once you really give your life to Christ, there's some things in you that you have to start giving up. You have to start releasing. And that those things can start off pretty obvious at first. Smoking, sex, partying, lying, stealing, cheating, all of those things. They're pretty obvious upfront things. But then once you get deeper in your walk with Christ, some of the things that you start to that starts to get revealed in you are things that are not necessarily like those things that are so outright noticeable to you. You end up peeling back layers, and deep down in you like, I didn't even know that was there. What
Yeah.
is this? What is this feeling that I have of of anger a lot? Like I feel myself feeling angry a lot, or I feel myself feeling prideful a lot, or I feel myself feeling anxious a lot. And those things are things that you end up discovering, and you end up having to having to undergo a spiritual warfare against, and you have to start speaking those things out of you. And that's the part that that can begin to look not so pretty, but on the other side of that is beautiful. It's a beautiful transition. And sometimes the good part that God is trying to take out of you, are the bad parts that God is trying to take out of you and trying to transition you into good, ends up being the very things that has haunted you all your life, and that has kept you in bondage all your life, especially the things that may have even caused the other things that was so noticeable up front to be to exist in your life. So a smoker, they're not going to like say, oh yeah, I love to smoke. There's an underlying issue below that. It could be anxiety. A person who liked to drink, a person who liked to party, there's an underlying issue behind that. It could be depression. So once you go through, and not to say that any of those things are, or what you're dealing with, actually your what you dealing with is actually a good thing, but it's a thing that you're not used to. And I want to, if you don't mind, I want to get into a little bit of that after I finish giving these examples. You okay with that?
Mm.
Just a little bit. So the things that we see on the surface at first aren't the things that we have to uh undergo once we cut off that surface part. And then there's like I said, there's layers. So with Bay, she can explain her layers a little bit and go into actually what it is that she's challenged with right now, and that she's not in it alone, because God is here, I'm here, and we're here to work on it together. But the challenges that she has right now are actually things that are good,
Mm.
and not necessarily like a net. So it's a different perspective of, like, when people say, like, oh, like, I'm called to, I mean, like, I'm called to marriage. I want to be in a marriage, and this is what I want to be, because marriage it is a call to holiness with a partner, with somebody else. So, babe, you don't mind speaking on that a little bit?
I mean, what you want to know?
So basically, I want to know, like, what is the, I guess, what is the headline topic of um what you're challenged with right now?
I don't know if it's a surrender. I don't know if it's like a trust, or it's fear.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. So I like, when I approach it, I like, this is what God gave me, like, trust when it came to my wife, and her trusting him, and also trusting me. See, Nisha, she came from journey, whatever, Nisha journey, but she came from a life where she was a sole provider, a independent, I would consider an independent woman for herself, right? You're not used to depending on anybody to provide for you, to do anything for you, not your parents or anybody at all.
Right.
So you've come from a lifestyle of that, and now you're in a position where you don't have to be that for yourself anymore, and it's hard to surrender that, and it's hard to give that up, even to God,
Mm-hmm.
because you're so used to having that and honing that control.
Yeah.
So where some women may look and be like, oh, like, girl, you get to live a soft life. Oh, girl, you got it made, you got it going on and everything. And even like before getting married, it's like you would look at that and be like, yo, like, that's what I want. That looks nice
Yeah.
on the other end. So talk a little bit about it, and now, like, your experience with it.
With being a like South life or something.
Yeah, or resisting it,
It makes so right now, I mean, people will look at it and be like, it's so beautiful. You're so blessed. I've
Yeah.
been like blessed my whole entire life. So prior to meeting you, all I wanted was for God, I just want the man you made for me. Please, I just want the next man that come into my life. I want it to be the man that you call me to be. But what if that call, that man who God has for you, requires you to become a different woman?
Mm.
Because God wants to be my daddy. He
Mm-hmm.
wants to be Abba, which that's really good. I mean, that's who he is to
Mm-hmm.
us. And you're my husband.
Mm-hmm.
So from a little girl who grew up and like was like, oh, never depend on somebody. Um and then having to like depend on myself for the things that I like wanted in my life or like needed for myself, like, I just bootstrapped my whole entire life for myself and then done that for my family and done that for my kids. So now God is like, well, you can be my daughter now and just rest and just know that me and Kendrick got you. And it's like when you have created a safety net around being that for yourself and God is asking you for that safety net, it's almost like a
Okay, wait, hold on.
yeah. Um so yeah. It's just a dying. It's just a dying. It's like a grief. It's like if you had something your whole life that protected you, and even though you know that God is Lord and He knows the plans that He has for you, it's like, but it's still kind of hard for you to be like, oh wait, I can't like secure my own boat like at all. So I'm just supposed to. I mean, that sounds so bad because that's what people tell you. Oh, get in the boat. Like, don't look down. God got you. Like, I know, but nobody talks about how hard it is to actually like get in the boat and make that step when your whole life you just wore your life jacket.
Yeah.
And you knew you strapped it on. You knew it was super super tight. And when things like happened, you had your life jacket on, but God is like, you don't need a life jacket when I'm in the boat.
Yeah.
So it's just that part of being like dying to my old self to walk into what He has for me, and it's hard. It's not hard. It's like it's not hard. I'm gonna do it, but it's grief.
Yeah. Like you said it best. It's taking off the old you and it's putting on a new
Yeah,
version of yourself. It's introducing a new version of yourself.
because I pride myself on being that family member who the strong family member, the one who don't ask for nothing. Like Nisha live in a new state. She like people know I'ma have it. Like, and not saying monetarily, but I'ma have myself.
Yeah.
Regardless of whatever situation I get thrown in, I'm not going to fall. I'm not going to fail. And so I just always been that for me, I'm that strong family member. And I guess I put on the burdens of being that generational curse breaker in my family, that I put it on my back. And I'm like, yeah, I gotta do this, and this, and this. I gotta strive. I gotta be the first millionaire. I gotta have the business because I need to leave generational wealth for my family, for my kids, because I don't want my kids to grow up like having to strive. But at the same time, I'm gonna strive because I've been striving since I've been 20, 16, really.
Yeah.
So that's just like, I don't know.
Yeah. So with that and bringing that into a marriage, that is a part of you that God has called for you to let go and to release, because it can't exist in a marriage with also you have a husband who is a good leader, who is a good provider, who is a good headship over our household and submissive to God.
Mhm.
And having I say having that control, that feeling of control, and needing to have like the reins of everything that happened and goes on, um can cause you to step into a role that you weren't designed to be in within a good marriage, a good
Yeah.
healthy marriage. So when it comes to me being here as a husband, and you now having that, you do see the good in it,
Mhm.
and you do see where you can step back, you do see where you can trust, where you can how can you say, where you can like not lift a finger but be a testimony. Um but the process of going through that, and mourning that
Mhm.
old vision that you had, because that's basically what it was. It was an old identity, it was an old vision. Mourning that is tough for you in this season, in this moment right now,
Yeah.
is what you're feeling. um
It's like turning. They always say that the saying is you can't turn up into a housewife,
mhm.
but nobody ever talks about like how can you turn an independent woman into a
Ooh, wow.
submissive woman.
Wow.
Like I grew up INDEPENDENT.
Yeah.
Like my mom used to like say it in my ear when I
Yeah.
was a baby.
Don't depend on no
Don't
man.
ever depend on a man.
Mm,
Don't ever
mm,
depend on a man. You always have you something on the little side.
mm, mm,
Have as many kids as you can afford
mm.
because you just never know.
Yeah.
So my whole entire life,
Mm,
I've seen the evidence of that.
mhm.
Can't depend on nobody, no man,
Yeah.
especially. So with that, and it's not my mama's fault. She was saying stuff
Yeah.
from the fruit that she was seeing.
Mhm.
So it's like she was doing that to protect me.
Mhm.
But I do feel like that created a seed that the devil was able to like
Use.
plant because
Yeah.
he knew my identity was going to be a wife
Mhm.
and to be a submissive wife.
Mhm.
So he's like, oh, I can use this to make her independent so that when God calls her, she's not even dependent on God
Mhm.
because he's a man,
Mhm.
a
Hmm.
male figure in her life.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
yeah.
So if I can get you to not depend on a in a worldly man, if I can get you to not depend on or not experience the dependence on a father
Yeah.
in your life, then I can ruin any chance that you may have to depend and to trust God when the opportunity present itself for you to lean and have to dial into God's arms of safety.
Right. And then also too is like I'm going to not only show like make sure that you can't depend on a man, but I'm gonna also show you evidence of men being able to depend on you or other people.
Mhm.
Because I mean in the black community, if we just keep it all the way 100, you see more. It depends on where
Mhm.
you're at. But you can see more men depending on women
Yeah.
than you do women depending on
Yeah.
men. And I think that comes from fatherless homes.
Yeah.
Also, like that just you know,
You grew up not seeing around you any model of what a marriage looks like at all.
right, on how to literally be a wife. And it's like not being a wife to be like, oh, I know how to cook and clean, but
Yeah.
actually being like a holy, what God calls the wife, like
Mhm.
submission, like dying to your flesh, like not being selfish and letting go of control.
Yeah. Mm. So, on the other hand, I've had the opportunity to see that.
Yeah.
I've had the opportunity to see my father as a provider, to see him as a covering over our household, to see him as a protector. and I had the opportunity of seeing my mom fully lean into femininity within our household, but also see her flourish in in business as a CEO as well. So I seen her beautifully, elegantly wear both hats of femininity, but also wore the hat of a boss in her own right. And I just want to say that within a marriage dynamic, under the proper leadership, under a God-fearing husband, submission isn't a negative thing. Submission isn't one thing that you have to, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, husband. Whatever you say, husband. Submission is a beautiful dynamic because see, I view and I believe, and I'm learning and I'm studying, but I believe submission is a full circle.
Yeah.
Because if we look at the dynamic between Christ and the church, right? Of course, we heard this many times before. Christ died for the church. That, to me, that looks like a form of submission. That looks like I'm willing to give up myself for a thing, right? The church exalts Christ, right? Lifts Christ up, right? That's a form of submission from the church back to Christ. Christ again served the church. You get what I'm saying? And as we even now submit ourselves to Christ, we submit ourselves to God. God also gives to us. He also blesses us.
Yeah.
That form is a circle. It's a circle of surrendering, like all on surrendering. Selflessness is what it is, what it looks like, and what is modeled as in a household. And I echo the word selfless a lot because I feel like selflessness is one of the foundations of being in a good, healthy relationship. When you can put yourself aside and you can live a life that serves another person, because that's exactly what Jesus did. Jesus lived a life of service. He didn't think about himself day in and day out. He thought about us, and he even died thinking about us. So with that being said, it's like for anybody who have heard like unhealthy independent quotes and independent woman quotes and all of that stuff, and for anybody who heard like I guess like uh ill or untasteful quotes about submission, like you have to look at it from a biblical standpoint. And if you look at it from a biblical standpoint, in my eyes, and I pray to God that I'm saying and I'm also seeing this right, it's a full circle.
No, it is. Like in Ephesians says that wives submit and respect your husband, and then husbands are to die to the wife. So submission is a form of dying.
Yeah.
And especially if you grew up in a culture where submission is like, girl, I'm not gonna be doing that for all that. Like, he should be doing this for me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. And it's okay to feel that grief.
Yeah.
Of because that's a good grief.
Another thing too was I feel like striving and trying to be super like accomplished was what I put my identity in.
Yeah.
And when God is like, well, I want you to step back from striving in business, I want you to step back from all that stuff, and I want you to be a homemaker.
Yeah.
It scares me because I don't know how to do that. Like, I know how to cook a little here and there, but like be a full-on homemaker, like I don't know how to decorate a house. I don't even have that decoration look. How do I even make a house feel like a home?
Yeah.
Like, these are some of the skills that I don't possess. like I'm not that type of I'm not that type of wife. I'm not that type of mother
Mm-hmm.
who will just like put the apron on and like get in there
Mm-hmm.
and bake and do all of these things. So it's like, God, you calling me to do that? It's like I'm a little bit timid because I don't know how to do that stuff.
Yeah.
Like I really don't, but I can learn. Like I'm like, I was telling you the other day, I was like, I don't even have like the nice little scented hand soap in the bathroom. It's like some of the things like a woman, a housewife making woman should have. I just don't possess that. And I feel like, well, I'll just become lazy. If I'm not working on business, then I'll just become lazy and being around the house and just like, I don't have nothing to do because I'm not working on business.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I feel like when it comes to striving and letting some things go, is not in the way of like, hey, I'm just this. I'm only this housewife who just take care of the house. I gotta let business go, or when it comes to just being devoted to business, like I'm only this business person who don't like that, because God ain't tell me to like, hey Kendrick, like you are going to fully devote yourself in business, and you don't got to help your wife around the house. You don't have to do anything. Like I'm here with you. So when it comes to your identity shift, I think it's a management role shift and a delegation role shift that changes, because God is saying like, hey, like you don't have to be the part within the business that plans 3-5 years in advance. You don't have to worry about if that business ship sink. You have to be the captain that stays on the ship and take accountability for it. You have a husband to do that for.
Yeah.
And that's the part
that's the part of me that's like,
that you're holding on to, because it's like okay, I gotta lose control over whether this ship floats or sink. That's the part that scares you.
yeah.
And
Because if it starts sinking,
accountability falls on me. So with that being said, um in business, having its natural ups and downs, it's startups, and it's baby phases and things like that. Um, that like understanding that God is in it and God has a purpose for it. It cannot fail. And even if that thing fails, that it's a reason behind it, and it's a purpose behind it. And like I go back to Carolina Film Studio when the business failed, and I told you this today. I was like, the business failed, but me personally, I won. The reason why I won is because God had a purpose for that business, and it wasn't for that business to prosper. It wasn't for it to bring in millions and millions of dollars. Like I knew when I was setting up the business, like I was like, man, this place is going to help somebody. It's going to be a place where somebody, I said, I don't know what it is, but somebody gonna walk through those doors. It's gonna help. Like it's going to change their lives. And that's the reason and the purpose. Like selflessly creating that business, not looking to make a ton of money from it or anything like that, but I knew it was going to be a life-changing thing that comes from that business. And I didn't know what it was until the day you walked in the door, or to the day I got a phone call from you. And I'm sitting here across from you because of that business as my wife, right? And if it had not been from that business, who knew if we would have crossed paths?
right?
So when I say God has a purpose and a reason for everything, you trust that. You don't trust like the financial part. You don't trust the whether like this business is supposed to like make a ton of money or anything like that. You do what God says do in the moment and in the season that you're in. And you do that well. It says worry about today, tomorrow has has what worries of its own.
Mm.
Is that how I believe it's written? Like I'll
probably
put
didn't
it
say
down
worry.
there. Huh?
It probably didn't say worry. But
Yeah, it probably didn't say worry. But it'll be down here. But anyways, at the end of the day, it's trusting God's provision and trusting His leadership to lead and to guide me in everything business and everything provision and protection. That's my role. That's my identity. So when it comes to what you're releasing right now, is just releasing the feeling of control
True.
over business,
my life.
over your life, and mainly business.
Yeah, it's when I say
where we're
my life,
trusting
I mean like for some reason it's my stability.
Mm-hmm.
It's my livelihood
Yeah.
because that's the only part of my life that I kind of like hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm cool with everything else. Like what you want? You want sex? You want me to stop eating for a month? You want me to only eat vegetables? Okay, whatever you want. But when he say, I want your stability,
Mm-hmm.
or he didn't even say it. What if it's like, I've never said that I'm going to make y'all homeless,
Mm-hmm.
but you are the only one that feels like you feel like you're the only person that can make y'all successful. So you don't trust Kendrick, you don't trust me. You just think that you're the only person. Like if you don't have your hand in it, if you don't have control and steering it, then it's gonna crash.
Yeah.
And honestly, it might crash with you doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I might be the one that caused it to crash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
It just remind me of like what you said. I just had a picture in my mind of like driving a car and like somebody scream, like you driving and you cool, like you
Yeah.
see everything on the road and everything like that. And the moment somebody say watch out or something like that, here you go swerving in the road.
Mm-hmm.
It's like sometimes like if you just allow a person to be in control of their situation, what they're doing, what they're charged to do, then
With your life in their
with your life, your life in their
right.
hands, your life in their hands. No, but if you startle them or you disrupt that, if you try to be a passenger seat driver, sometimes that causes problems. Sometimes that causes distractions that otherwise wouldn't be there.
Mm.
And a lot of that comes with knowing ourselves too, because like I said to you earlier, like you know yourself, and you do know, like you know some of the things that even within business that you have to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Like having like starting multiple businesses and not having to follow through, the see through and everything like that. And like and being really new to it, like actually having business. Sometimes, like I was saying, like you can't start off and expect to be like crazy successful in the beginning phases or anything like that. But this is your first baby.
Yeah,
Your
but
first
because
business.
and that's why it hurts so bad, because you're like somebody's like, give me your child to be like relaxed and I can be a better parent than you. It's like, dang, but I didn't even get a chance.
Mhm.
Like I've been trying so hard, starting multiple businesses, not seeing any fruit from it, not seeing any result from it. And now we finally have this thing to where like it's not only on me, but I can also like mold it and like I can birth it. So it's like okay, if I was to try to have a kid on my own with no man,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
not going to work.
Mm-mm.
But then when I get married and I have a kid with a man, I have to carry that kid for 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore I'm working, like this kid is like in my womb. I'm feeding the kid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like nurturing the kid. I'm hearing the kid. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling the kid. So I have a bond with this kid.
Yeah.
And then when I have this kid, I have to give it to the dad and be like, here you go.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go somewhere and just relax.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's heartbreaking for you want me to step back.
Or the scenario is this. You birth the kid and you keep the dad from spending time with the kid because of what's the thing that
Like postpartum stuff?
postpartum, like because of postpartum. This is my first baby. I have to make sure that my baby is okay. So dad, like, you can barely touch the baby because I'm worried. I'm afraid that the baby is going to get hurt. That's more of the control style.
Yeah,
It's
but
a
I'm not.
protection style in a way where I don't want you to mess this up at all.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where a lack of trust can come in.
Right.
So for me, it's like, this ain't my first rodeo. Like, this business ain't my first rodeo, and you didn't birth this business. You didn't birth this baby business with
A
a
deadbeat.
side a deadbeat, or like, we're married.
No,
We're
yeah.
together. Like, I'm here. Like, we have this together. So,
But the call, I feel like y'all are telling me to step back. And so that to me feels like move.
mm.
And it's like, dang, like I'm trying, like I just want to see if this, I just want to raise this kid. And y'all telling me to move and go do some Pilates somewhere. Like, that don't sit right with me.
Is that what God told you?
I feel like, yeah.
So you feel like God is telling you to completely remove yourself from the business, or to just do what you're asked to do?
What's the difference?
Okay. This is the difference. And I got to explain it for the people, like the same way I explained it to you earlier. So this is how I explained it to Nisha, because Nisha is like this. So let's get into the weeds, literally. All right. So I explained it to Nisha like this. She got a bag of seeds, right? So she just started gardening. She have no expertise in gardening or anything like that. And she has a bag full of seeds. She has to start planting these seeds, right? So she has a choice to plant one seed at a time, or she can just start spreading seeds everywhere. Now, when you start spreading seeds everywhere, you have more plants to water, to nurture, to take care of. Instead of starting small, 1, 2, 3 seeds, and start watering and taking care of the first group of plants, or that plant first. You have a better management over it. So, scenario, Nisha in business, she will spread the seeds like all over the place. And sometimes it can end up overwhelming the business model, because the business model is just starting off.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's just starting off, it needs nourishment to focus in particular areas, to be cared for in particular areas before jumping to the next plant and the other plant and the other plant and the other plant. Like, it just you have to take care of the plant before you, that if you neglect it, now you're going to take care of other plants, and this one is starting to go dry. This one is starting to be malnourished. And it's like, oh, now I got to go back and fix this. And then you go back and fix that one. Now the one that you left got to get fixed again. So you don't need to jump from one thing to another and try to plan too far ahead, or try to add too much on the business before it reaches that stage where it's time to go to the next level. So I'm saying that just to simply say, like, me in business is that quality control component. It's like, hold on. I'm gonna dial us back real quick. Let's dial back and let's focus right here, because there's no need for us to worry and focus or think about and put our attention in this other area too quick or too fast, or for us to plan too far ahead. And when it comes to when it comes to foresight and like vision, like I have a good grasp on vision and how a thing should go and how a thing should get planned and at what level and what phase is it time to move on. Like I have a good grasp in that within business and within life in general. I think God blessed me with vision and I have a good grasp on it. So trusting that trusting that is a thing that we have to grow in. And knowing that you're an amazing strategist and knowing that you're an amazing planner as well and knowing that you're good with processes and systems, like I told her earlier today, when it comes time to deploy that, I know I can yo, like, you ready? And she's gonna get it taken care of.
I feel like that's like the boss and employee type of mentality,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like, because I want to see this, I want to see that I can raise a baby business
Mm-hmm.
and get results from it. If you are making all of the executive decisions and you are creating the plan and like the vision, and like, of course, with me telling, like me saying like, hey, we should do this, but ultimately that's your decision. And then you say, hey, Nisha, like, we need automations right now, can you go do automations? I feel like the success of the business, like we said earlier, like if McDonald's reaches 100 million, I mean, like,
Mm-hmm.
when McDonald's reached the first 100 million, it wasn't the fry guy who said it was a contributing factor. It was
Mm-hmm.
the people. It was the CEO. They said the CEO got this business to $100 million business.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if I have that type of responsibility, I won't feel like, okay, Nisha, like, you actually accomplished one of your most one of your most desired goals in life. That's my life goal. Like, a life goal of mine is to have a successful business that I like, that came from like me
Mm-hmm.
and my ideas
Mm-hmm.
and my decisions and
Mm-hmm.
all of that. I think I lose that.
And we brought up the word striving earlier. Today we brought up striving as it's like the mentality that hones that ideal ideal is just wanting a thing and wanting a thing so bad till you strive, you almost like strangle something into becoming
Mm-hmm.
what you want it to be, and you almost desire that too quickly. So
Right.
when I was speaking earlier and I was like, hold on, we got to dial back. I'm talking about timing. And when I'm saying like, okay, it's time to step into this next phase, it's time to level up, it's time to get, I'm talking about timing. I'm talking about being a
Yeah.
guardship over timing and being a guardship, a steward over timing, and knowing how and when to deploy certain skill sets inside of you.
Right.
And
And that's what I'm
that
saying.
takes,
That's what
yeah,
I'm saying is that that's an employee. It
not
won't be,
necessarily
because you said employ,
deploy,
deploy,
not employ.
deploy, employee. That's all the same thing. It's like, I only need you when I need you. Like, if this thing for this business requires the skill set that you have, then that's when I'm gonna like let you do something. But if it doesn't, then that's on me. That's because it's my business, because I'm making the decisions. I'm having the vision. Like, but if I need you, I'm gonna need you. And for me, that's like, that doesn't give me fulfillment
Mm-hmm.
for something that's my life goal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can see if it was like something that's I'm just like 100% support. Like, I can see if this was like your business, I wasn't interested in business at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's some women out there who's not interested in business at all.
Mm-hmm.
But they will support their husband's business. Whatever their husband needs, like, hey, can you go pass out flyers? Can you go make a phone call? She's like, yeah. And I'm fulfilled because I'm helping my husband in his business. But for me, I came into this relationship wanting a business. Like, I've always wanted a business. I always wanted to be a business owner that can scale a business to millions of dollars. So, like I was saying, I don't get that fulfillment if I'm just getting deployed when my skill sets are needed. That's the part where I'm like, that grieving of me being like, my whole entire life goal, God don't want me to do that. Because he wants me to trust and depend on you and him. So now I have to figure out, okay, let that. And that's a hard thing. It's like a guy who want to go to the NFL so bad, like a little kid want to go to the NFL so bad. And when they finally get the realization that like that's probably not their purpose, that is hard to get that out your brain and be like, I'm really not going to the league. I'm really not supposed to go to the league. Or I'm really not supposed to be a rapper.
That's a good analogy. Good.
It's like, what now? Like, what now? And then you saying, okay, I can't go to the league, but you want me to go be a 5th grade teacher? I don't want to do that. I don't have no, like, think about it. A boss babe and a housewife. A housewife, they don't want to climb the corporate ladder. They don't want to have a business. They don't want to scale anything. Those are 2 different women. And I'm like, you want me to be a completely different woman?
Is that what you truly getting from what God told you?
I'm truly getting that.
I don't think, and I'm not saying I think in this season.
In this season. Will he double back? I don't see that.
What did God tell you?
Don't let the finger be a testimony.
Okay. All right.
For me, that means depend on, because he told me this morning, he was like, you could just be my daughter. That means don't lift the finger, be a testimony, go cook some stuff and go do Pilates. And whatever your husband needs in his business, do that. But you are not spending brain power and trying to come up with the vision and the plans for the business and this and this and that. Like, you're not doing that. And for me, it's like, what? I don't want to go. Oh, you need me to go pass out some flyers and do some automation? Okay, I'll do that. Then I'm going to go cook a pot of chili and fold some laundry and go do some Pilates. I'm not fulfilled in that. I like doing it. I'm not fulfilled. That's not my life goal. I want to be a business babe. Like,
business babe. Okay, business babe. Okay, so business babe is basically like the foundation of our relationship. Like, we fell in love doing business together.
Yeah.
Working together, doing stuff together. That's pretty much like our start, and that's where we at now. Like, still doing business and life together. So removing you from that, I question that. I question that God would actually tell you to remove yourself from business to be a homemaker.
Well, I'm taking it as remove myself because if you can't lead,
can't lead, it's not making decisions. Just say what it is. If you can't lead, then you feel like you can't be in the business.
No, if I can't lead, I feel like the success of the business, like, I feel like
if you
my heart ain't in it. If that makes sense, because the analogy I was just saying, like, I would feel like a worker instead of a contributor. Because if you're saying, like, you know how to deploy your skills, and when I need your skills, then I know how to ask, like, hey, Nisha, can you go do the automations, or can you go do the systems?
When the business needs your skills.
Yes.
So in same, then there's skill sets that I have that needs to be deployed whenever it's called for within business.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a business sense to have somebody in a place or in a position that knows, like, okay, we need such and such on this one. We need such and such on this one. We need me on this one. I need you on this one. That's a together decision making process. But if somebody just gone, I don't know what the right word to say, like AWOL on just like you just going and doing stuff that's just like making stuff, and it's like, do the business really need that stuff that you making? I don't know. Like right now, a reality check has to sit in. It's like, yo, like, okay, let's dial this back a little bit, and let's really look at what the business needs, because a lot of time we can find enjoyment in doing certain things, and we like fiddling around with pie charts and graphs and creating just a bunch of data spreadsheets and stuff like that, and it's like, do we need to know that data right now? Or is that necessary to the mission and and what we got going on? Not to say that's what you're doing, but what I'm saying is, there's somebody who's going to hold accountability, even in a corporate company, is going to hold accountability for your time and what you've been spending your time on. So if you walking in the office and you're handing them a document, a binder full of documents and data and stuff like that that you felt was useful, and it's not useful, and you hand it to the CEO of the company, and they're like, I don't think we need this right now, but where's the such and such that we supposed to
Exactly,
be
you're
working
making
on?
my point, because that's the CEO of the company, and the person who you're explaining is an employee. So if
Okay.
that business scales and gets to a certain point, then it's not on that employee, it's on that CEO. And what I'm telling you is that my life goal has been to to create a successful business.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, I'm not trying to be even though it's our business, I'm not trying to be a employee,
Mm-hmm.
because that's not gonna fulfill my goal.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I have to learn how to, and I do feel like God is calling me into that, because that's lack of trust. Because like you said, I'm going to be making decisions based off of my, like, how I feel, or being like, okay, maybe the business needs to do this because I haven't allowed it to nourish it. So it's like, maybe God is saying you're not supposed to be leading because you don't have the capacity to do that. And so for me, it's heartbreaking, because it's like, dang, that's all I wanted to do is like get a result in something, and I don't have the capacity to get a result, but I'm keep trying to do it. And so he's like, not right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And just in a different perspective, like just bringing that back, like even in partnership within a business, like if you're spending time on something that is outside of our meeting, outside of our agreement, it's like, yo, like we're doing this, and like we got this particular mission, we got this particular objective to accomplish, and it's like we're constantly like okay, we're spending time in something that's not fruitful to that objective.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes it's like somebody, there has to be an accountable. There's no two CEOs in a business.
No, but I know it, and that's what I'm
So
saying.
it's not, somebody has to have an accountability role to say, like, hold on, partner, like let's bring this back. Let's bring this back to, cause like this ain't making sense for us to do this.
Right.
But that person, CEO, don't necessarily mean I make all the choices. It mean I weigh all the choices. And I select
You make all the choices.
you weigh all the choices
and make a
because
decision.
you make a decision. But those choices are somebody else's options.
Or it could be, I'm going to just see what y'all have to say, and ultimately, because y'all don't have the capacity or y'all don't have the skills to know how this business should go, then I'm still going to make my own decision.
Not necessarily. I mean, that can happen, but a good balance of leadership starts at a table of and in meetings, and different departments have like different opinions, and a lot of times, even when it comes to that, I mean, in our dynamic is just the two of us, but when it comes to a lot of that, CEOs, and I've seen it in real time, combine ideas. Like, it's not like necessarily like, oh, this is my idea, I'm going with your idea. It's okay, how can these two things work together to still accomplish that goal?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just the weight of that role. So where you are,
It's having to find a new life goal.
that's not where you are, bro.
I am there.
That is not where you are.
I am there.
That is not where you are. So when it comes to business, and then when it comes to marriage and where we at, and don't get this twisted, like, we love each other, like we love each other to death, and like this is like literally like for y'all, it's like an insight on marriage ain't just like, oh, butterflies and rainbows again. There are different things that you're going to face within marriage that you're going to have to work through, and this is us working through.
It's not even us. I don't have a problem with you.
Yeah, it's the situation, us working through the circumstance. Because to me, honestly, the way you're viewing business, the way you're seeing business, and like that's why I say, are you sure that's what God says? Because I can give my interpretation of what I believe God said. God is saying too, but it hurts me that like it's like, yo, like, okay, so you taking a step back from business, like, because we ain't gonna do what, because I look at it as like, we ain't gonna do what you think we need to be doing, or the direction you think we need to be going in. Because if I say no, then it's like, oh, no hurts. If I say, nah, that don't seem like we need to be focused on this instead of that, it's like no hurts.
When I say take a step back in business, I would never take us be like, Kendra, you working on that business by yourself. It's taking a step back in business because I feel like it's taking me out. It's taking my heart out of the business, and just put me into like an employee lane. Like, I won't say I don't care about a job, but it's like, you don't have that same heart posture for a job than you do your own business.
Yeah.
So when I feel like God is taking me out of the driver's seat of the business, I feel like he's saying, I mean, this is the heart pull. He's not saying this. This is the fight of being like, you trying to take me out of the business? Because my heart is in the result. And being an employee or being a tasker, when my thing is needed, then it's like, I could do it, but I ain't in it. If that makes sense. Like, I'm in it. It's my business too, but my heart is not in it. Because, yeah, I don't know.
All right, so in this conversation, like, we learned that basically marriage is like a business, and business is like marriage. It's a partnership, and in partnerships, you're going to have moments where you have to have come to Jesus moments and meetings and things like that. So this is like an inside of our come to Jesus, and us like learning each other even more and understanding each other, because a lot of the things that we do, like I said before, like it can stem from things that once were surface level, but then it's a little bit deeper. And some of those things can come from your upbringing, learned behaviors, things that people actually told you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you know those things, it's like my people perish from a lack of knowledge. But when you do know those things, when you know better, you do better. You able to actually change those behaviors and grow through knowledge.
Mm.
So in this moment, I feel like we're both growing. Like I'm growing in leadership. You're growing in.
I feel like you're growing.
I feel like you're growing too.
I feel like I'm
You're shedding. You're
yeah,
shaving.
shedding.
Yeah, you're shaving, shedding, pruning.
Yes.
Yeah, I can agree with it.
Yeah.
I guess it's like growing. Sometimes like you have growing pains.
Yeah.
Too, but some growing.
Growing is like on the up and up.
It's a different emotion.
Yeah,
Like
growing is like it's like motivation. Like I'm excited to grow. I'm partnering with God in growth.
Yeah,
but like pruning is like
a little bit. Yeah,
it's like grass getting cut. I'm pretty sure when grass is about to get cut, it's like
all the grass screaming.
They're like
screaming for dear life.
That's how I am. Like, no, don't get me. But after the pruning, it's growth.
Yeah,
your hair grow back faster when it cut.
Grow back greener. Yeah, when you cut it, it grows back faster. So yeah, facts.
But who want to get cut? And it's like I feel like, and not only that, it's like I've been getting cut for like 2 years. When the growth gonna happen?
You don't see the growth. We just talked about our growth. We talked about your growth too. You've been growing. Can't ignore your growth.
Talking about and where I want to grow.
Yeah. Once you give your life to God, it ain't about you and what you want no more. It's about what He wants, about His will, not your own. So we got to give up what we want. Like I told you earlier, if it was up to me, Columbia would have had another film studio by now. If it was up to me,
easy. Who don't want to do a film studio?
What I'm saying is
something that you don't want to do versus something that you do want to do is different. That's totally different. You want it at the same
time. No, but you're not. So what I'm saying is at the same time, when it's giving up something is hard too. Like not doing something that you want to do because it's not God's will. That's hard. It's hard to say no to a situation or opportunity that you personally desire to have, but God is telling you no. That's hard. It's the same. It's the same in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Like you desire to be in business a particular way. Yeah. You desire to be right now. You desire to be literally what you're communicating. What I'm hearing. You desire to be in business as CEO, to be in control. But I told you, God is going to place roles in your life and seasons where you can handle it. Because you and CEO, you may lose a part of me. You may lose a part of them kids. You may lose a part of the people around you, the people that love you and care about you. You may lose a part of that because if you're not ready to mentally and handle that within yourself and within your own ego and everything, it can end up ruining a thing that's supposed to be good. Right. So you have to allow timing to create that version of you that can handle that and steward it well. Mm-hmm. Because right now, CEO or right now a leadership role in the business, you have a leadership role in the business. Let's just be real. Like you have a leadership role in the business. It's just that you can't just make all the decisions only because you want to make the decisions and do everything you want to do without having somebody with you to say, hold on, that ain't a good decision. Let's dial that back.
I think I just want to prove to myself that I can do something and accomplish something. And it'd be like I don't want people to say, or maybe it's not even people say, I don't want to say, this is going to sound so bad. I don't want to. So, for example, if people look at where I used to live at versus where I live at now, people will be like, she only got that house because she got with him and he got businesses.
Yeah, that ain't had nothing to do with it.
From the surface level.
Yeah. I ain't had nothing to do with it. You could have had this house by yourself.
So it's like that contradicts marriage though, because it's like, I don't want to be like, oh, the only reason why you're a millionaire is because of Kendrick. I don't want that. I don't want that. I want to do something for myself. Like, not something for myself, but like, I want to have something that I can like be proud of. Like, what do I have in my life that I can be proud of, that I did by myself, that was like, oh, you did that, girl. I've never had that. I never accomplished nothing.
This is what I said when you presented that to me. Like, and I stand on this 10 toes. That is the introduction of the devil trying to instill pride in you individually. Because when you become married, it's no longer, I did this. When you make the choice to say I do, that's the last I that you will ever do. It's a we do now.
So you don't feel like, I mean, I get it, but people think differently because a lot of
it don't matter what people think.
I know, I'm just saying, like, in general, a lot of married couples, they don't do business. Like, the woman has her own business or the man has her own business, and they don't even, like, a lot of people don't even like to work in business with their partner. So what you're saying is you only can have a business with your partner.
Because guess what? When y'all split and y'all separate, you created that business in marriage. Guess who that business belonged to, whether they was a part of it or not? It's ours. So at the end of the day, no matter who's working in it, it still belongs to both of them.
So how would you tell me, and we can wrap this off with, how would you advise me to lose that whole narrative, like, I never accomplished nothing in my life, I want to accomplish something? Like, that's a real thing. And is that demonic?
you and demonic, like, she'll throw demonic around a lot, y'all. Like, yo, that's demonic. That's demonic.
Because it be
a lot of stuff do. Like, no, facts. She gonna call it out when it is. But sometimes when it ain't, just calling out. But
is that desire of my heart demonic? Or bad? Or selfish?
I feel like it's selfish. I feel like it's a selfish goal. I feel like it's a me goal. It's a look at me goal. Even if it's not about somebody else looking at you, it's about a self-pride goal. It's about, I need to fill a void. There's something there that you're trying to fill that needs to be filled another way, and you're trying to fill it with a I. I want to accomplish this. I want to have that. I want to have that, because it's something that deep down inside that you've been missing, you have missed in your lifetime, a feeling, and you basically want to use business to fulfill that.
Yeah, that's 100%.
And if you find a God way to fill that, then you'll never have to worry about that hole coming back again. But if you find a demonic way, you're gonna have to keep feeding it.
Yeah. So, how do you feel it? You gotta dig it up
You're gonna
first.
have to find a God way to feel it. I think that's something that you have to release To me, I call it surrender. I believe it's something you're going to have to give up. It's not something you're going to have to hold on to.
Okay.
I believe it's like I don't know. It's like it just reminds me of a kid. It just reminds me of a kid having this like dream, like you said, to be in the NFL or the NBA. And it's like because I desire to be in the NFL and the NBA, I cannot see me doing anything else in life at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to get a job no place else. I'm not going to work. I'm going to keep practicing and playing basketball, and I'm going to keep going to tryouts and doing this. And I keep hearing no, but believe I believe that I'm supposed to be in the NFL or the NBA. And next thing you know, in your whole lifetime, in your whole lifespan, you've wasted your time focusing on that when there was an opportunity to be a coach around you.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Um. So yeah. I would just say, man, like, uh, f- we will discover a God way to fill that void, and we'll do that together.
Mm.
And just like I said to you earlier, like I'm here, we together. Like you not going through this alone. Like we're going through this together. And I ain't gonna cry again right now. We done shed our tears earlier, and I ain't trying to do that again. But fear of what's on the other side of your obedience of what God has for you, of your surrender and your release, is
Mm.
not something that you have to be afraid of. Because on the other side is good. And I gave you that example earlier, and I'm gonna give it to them. We went to what's the name of the place?
Great Wolf
We went
Lodge.
to Great Wolf Lodge this summer. We took the kids to Great Wolf Lodge, and during that time, my daughter Kelsey, she was afraid to get on the water slide, and she cried. She didn't want to do it. And I said, "Okay, Kelsey, all right, we're not gonna get on the water slide." But and the next day we went back to the water slide, but I gave her words of encouragement, and I encouraged her that, hey, like, look, you have to face your fears in life. And when you get on that water slide, I'm with you. I'm going down that water slide with you. We're in it together. You're not going at it alone. And I promise you, once you do it the first time, you're going to want to do it again because it's fun. You're going to enjoy it. The best part about it was the next day she came and she said, Daddy, I want to try the water slide. And we got in the double tube together and we went down the water slide. And the proudest moment for me was to see her face light up after getting off the water slide and her saying, Daddy, I want to do it again. So I told Nisha earlier today that that's God with her in this moment right now.
Mm.
You have to surrender that fear of releasing and letting go control.
Mm.
And once you do that, you're going to want to feel the natural role that God has placed in you as a woman over and over and over again, because it's going to put you in a natural state of being. I got you. I got being, not a forced state of being. You're from a forced state of being where you're forced to step into a role in life that you weren't made to be in. That you don't have to have it. You don't have to carry that. I will weigh that. And God will weigh his part. You will weigh yours.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we have to trust. And with that, we're doing things his way, not our way.
Right.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah. This was a heavy episode. Oh my goodness, bro. This was a heavy episode. All right. So
Um,
This was heavy. All right. We thank y'all for tuning in. We thank y'all for watching the entire episode. We know this was a lot, but this was a very vulnerable episode. Yo, like, man, like we got a lot off our chest. We shared a lot. Like, yo, like this is probably the most I've ever shared publicly,
Yeah.
for sure. But
Yeah, I don't open up to nobody. I'm Miss Private Life.
yeah. So welcome inside, because this is the real, and this is the show. Like, the perfect match are like not meant to say that we live perfect lives and we just got it all together. Like, that don't mean that, but we're the perfect match for each other because of our love and our support and our care for each other. That our willingness to communicate, to have each other's back, to give each other hugs, to give each other support, to lift each other up when the other needs it, and not to talk down on each other.
Right.
Even though we may disagree about views and different things or whatever, but it's all in good, and we always go to God for what God wants, and to try to understand and truly interpret what God is saying he wants to, because sometimes we can misinterpret that, but understanding and going to God and asking for clarity and knowing what he wants. And we're going to continue to do that. We're going to feel our way through our current situation that we're facing right now, and we'll see y'all on the next episode. So again, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And we love
follow
y'all.
us on all social media platforms.
Yeah, that's right.
Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah.
And we don't post on TikTok, but we're gonna start.
Yeah, we'll do a TikTok too. Let's go. We'll start a TikTok.
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay.
And we already have one, but I ain't post on there.
We'll start posting on there. Let's go. All right. Bet. So yeah, y'all do that, and we'll see y'all on the next episode. Peace.